Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I'm just doing a quick video today. It won't take too long actually. I'm going to do another two of these in different paper. They're little chocolate boxes which are great table gifts, which I'm going to be using them for. As you can see, they hold 3 little Ferrero Rocher chocolates, and you can get those in Australia. I'm not sure if they have the same overseas. We have them here, and they're yummy, yummy chocolates. Got coconut and chocolate and almonds inside the chocolate. Nice and beautifully wrapped. They come in all different size tubs. This is the one I've got these out of. Even the plastic tubs are quite sturdy. You can use them again later for holding your embellishments and all sorts of things in your craft room. Nice little tub, and they do have bigger tubs as well. So we'll get started. They're very quick to do, so the video is not going to take too long. Just put those aside, and I've cut them in the red and a different green. This one here was in real red, same as that one, and this one here is in soft succulent. I'm going to use evening evergreen and the real red today. The little embellishments that I've done here, these that was just out of this punch. It's a double oval punch. I think it's still current. I'm pretty sure it's still current. So I've stamped the punched the gold piece out of the back, and then I've got this little white greeting piece with the front oval, the straight oval. Those two will go together. This little bow, just absolutely gorgeous. It's got all sorts of little detail cuts in it as well, so it's really, really pretty. There is a stamped one you can stamp as well, but the actual bow that I cut out is that one there, out of the Cottage Wreath stamp set. Really nice little bow. There is a straight one around that will cut out your stamped bow as well. So you can do both. A lot of nice wreaths in there to use, but that's the set we're using today, and the greeting I got out of this set as well. So you don't need much supplies to make these little things. Now what I've done, I've cut these already, and we're going to make the little drawer at the bottom. Now as you can see, this one I forgot to punch out my little thumb to pull it out. This one here I did. This one's not going to matter. You can pull it out. You don't have to have a punch hole out of there. You can just still pull it out freehand. This one here I put the little punch hole so you can pull it out easier. But it's up to you whether you want to put that in. All I did was use my 3/4 inch punch. You could use a die, I think. It's got to go through 2 thicknesses of cardstock, so you're probably better with a punch. But even if you use a little bit bigger one, just use a small piece of it just to give you that little oval shape out of there. So that's the punch I used. Now the base of my, with my cardstock, this measures 9 inches by 6.5 inches, and I've coordinated my DSP. I'm going to put the green pattern on the red, and this one here that's got a lot of red on it onto the green. So we're going to do 2 today. They're very quick to do once you've cut all your pieces. The lid of my box, which is the DSP, it measures 6 5/8 by 4 1/16. I know they're odd measurements, but your 16th measurement is always, so 4 1/16 is just this little mark after the 4. So you've got the 4 inch there, and then that next little half sort of mark. The next one is 1/8, and then 3/16, and then 1/4. So if you're not used to that, I think it worked out 4 1/16 is 10.2 roughly, 10.3 centimeters if you wish to work in centimeters, but you can convert easily on a ruler for yourself. So that's that piece there. And then you just need some scraps for your decorations. So we're going to start with this piece here, And we're going to score on all 4 sides at 1 inch and 2.5 inches. So I'll go around and do those. I haven't done any scoring yet because it doesn't take long. 1 and 2.5, and then 1. This is all 4 sides. 2.5. It gives you a reinforced base, which is, it's doubled over. It's a lot neater than just doing a straight up one-sided. It's got a double thickness around your box part at the bottom, your little drawer. I'm recording this video, so it'll go up on my YouTube channel on a Monday morning at 9 AM. I've already got one recorded for this Monday, so this will go up the following Monday. I've been really busy today. I was meaning to do this early this morning, and I got sidetracked with lots of other stuff. So I'm going to fold and burnish all of these all the way around. Give them a nice crease. If you're doing multiples of these, I suggest you cut all your pieces at the beginning and then go ahead and just do them all together. I will do the second one when we get to it. We'll do it exactly the same, just to give you a second go at watching it. If you don't want to watch the second one, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now, this is the same as any reinforced box. We're going to cut off, and I'll mark these so you can see, we're going to cut off these 3 outside squares. That one, and that one. Normally they are squares, but here, because of the size of it, there's a couple of rectangles and a square in the corner. So the easiest way to remember it, you cut up that first score line, and I've got the long side facing me, so I've cut up that first side and I take off that outside section. I'll just get a little scrap dish here, take that off. I keep a little dish for my scraps. Then you're going to cut up the second score line again. So you're cutting up the 2 just to this second score line, and then cut off that, just that one piece at the bottom there, so you end up with a tab there. Then you can notch these little pieces on the sides of the tab, and you can also notch the outside edge of this longer panel here. This will end up getting folded over, but so it'll fit nicely inside. You need to notch that, and we'll notch this one on this side as well. That will be another piece to fold in. Then we'll go across and do the same. So you can cut up here. You can cut up 2 together, that way you don't forget which way you're going. Cut up the 2 past the first score line to the second score line. Take off the 2 outside pieces and half the other one, like that. Then you can notch your tabs. Notch that one. And then just the lower edge to that first score line of this piece. So you'll end up with a little notched out piece there. Then we'll notch this one while we're here. Just trim that up a little bit. It's a bit not so tidy. That's better. And then turn it around 180 degrees and do the same. Cut up to the second score line. Don't go past that second score line, otherwise you'll cut off this tab. And we'll cut up the second score line to the second score line. Cut off the 2 outside pieces. Keep tending to pull that. It's better if you can snip it because it doesn't leave that little furry edge. And then half of this one. And then notch your tab. Notching just gives it, makes it a little bit tidier to put inside when you fold the tabs in. That's that one, and then the last one will go up there and up there. This is how you make a reinforced box normally. Normally you would do it on a lid to make your lid a bit stronger. Sometimes the base is just standard. I wouldn't put a lid and a base with the reinforced half of that one. It's getting close to Christmas now. I've got so much on. Had a market stall the other night and got a few custom orders, which that's what I was doing this morning, trying to get them done. And finished one, which was a big order, and just got 2 little ones left to do, but there was no hurry for them. So that's how your base piece should look like when it's finished. Then we can flip it over. I'm going to cut out the end notch piece here. So choose either end where you want your notched out piece, and you're just going to fold that flap in, and as you can see, that will be where the end of your box is once that's folded in. So you're going to cut a little half moon piece out of there, and we'll get this punch. And remember, it's going through 2 thicknesses, so just I line it up even with my punch on the score lines here. Take probably about a third of the punch. Whoops, and it punches out quite nicely. And that's your little notch. So when you come to put that in, it'll be all punched out for you. Just gives you a little thumb hole to pull it out with. Now we're going to put some tear and tape on these tabs. Now with the box shaped up like a mountain, you want your tear and tape on the tabs. If you not that way where it's like a valley, you want it facing upwards like a mountain. And we'll just get our top of our tombow, my little tear and tape quick trick. Just put that across there. And we'll put 3 strips on each. I don't want it coming apart. We're just going to put 3 strips on each of these tabs. And then we'll go to the inside. You do all this while it's nice and flat. If you're decorating the bottom piece as a standard box, you would put all your decorations on while it's flat. It's much easier to decorate any box while it's flat. So all of these just go on these little tabs first. I'm busy trying to prep my cards for my Christmas workshop at the end of the year. I've done one. I was supposed to do a couple more this morning, but doing the orders from the market I went to, it just sidetracked me. I wasn't expecting as many orders, but that's good. I had one lady to come back for a second time. I delivered to her once before, a couple of years ago actually, and she remembered and come back again. Now I'm going to burnish all of those on the top so they're nice and stuck down. Makes it easier to remove your back tabs as well. Then you can flip it over, and you want your tear and tape just along this outside edge. It doesn't have to be right close to the edge either. These are going to fold down inside. So you'll have that one, not your tabs that you did on the back. This little one here that's on the top of the cutout piece. The other side over here. And the opposite end to the cutout piece as well. So all of those pieces will get folded inwards and that just secures them down inside. As you can see, the box is not decorated on the sides or anything. Your little wrap around, it's like a belly band wrapped around. We'll just burnish those before we go any further. Then we can take these off, and you just want to make sure that they're nice and even when you come to do your corners. We'll do one end at a time. So you fold this in. Don't worry about this outside edge tab. This is going to get folded in, and you're going to put it nice and even along that cut line there with the scored line on the other side, and push that down. If there's a bit of a rough edge like mine, just go along and trim it off. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just a fraction. It's when you cut, if you cut either side of the score line, it leaves a bit of a ridge sometimes, so just trim it off. This one's fine. So that's one end done. And then we'll do this end. I'm still trying to decide on my table gifts for my workshop. I've got a couple of things in mind, but haven't decided yet. I've got about 14 ladies, I think, coming, which will be a nice Christmas lunch, and we do a Secret Santa, and we all just buy a gift to the value of, I think we've got $20 gift, and we each have a swap. There is another fun way of doing it where you go, whoever's picked out first, they go and choose a gift, and then the second person that comes out can either take that person's gift, or you can go and get a different gift that hasn't been taken yet. You can only, it's called steal. You can only steal once, so if you choose that lady's gift, then you can't, the next lady can't come and steal from you. So it's quite fun. Takes a little bit longer than just choosing a gift. I'll suss it out and see if the ladies would like to do it that way for a change. I know sometimes when you pick a gift, that's the one you like. Well, you don't see the gift, you see what it's wrapped in, and you think, oh, that looks nice, so I'll take that. And then someone comes and takes it from you. So I've just taken the inside tear and tape off, the backings, and we'll just pop those down. So notching, when you notch, it doesn't catch on your edges all the way around. So we just push these down inside, give them a good burnish with your bone folder to make it nice and neat. And that's the base of your box done. Nice and cute. And then the DSP is not much harder than that. It's exactly much quicker, actually. This one here, we're going to score at, and I'm going to score it on this side. We start with 1/2 inch, which is there. You can do it start on the other side of your trimmer and then flip it around, but I'm going to go this way this time. 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3 9/16. So 3 is here, 8/16 is 1/2. So you want the little one after the 1/2, that short one there. Each of these increments between 3 and 4, that all the lines are 1/16. So 8/16 is 1/2, which is there. 9/16 is the next one. I know it's an odd measurement, but it fits nicely wrapped around your box or your base. And then 5 and 1/16. So that's 1/16 is the little one past the 5. And that's all there is to it. Then we'll just put some tear and tape. So we'll burnish all of these first. Choose which side you want out. I'm going to have the one with the dark green leaves and the old olive leaves. I think they're old olive. We've just burnished all of those. So mountain way up again, so it's flipped up that way, and put your tear and tape along there, like that, close to the edge, so it's nice and close to the score line, but not on the score line, otherwise it's going to catch. Burnish that, peel that up. Got a little bit of red there from the tearing before. Just pull that off. I don't think you'll see it, but it's got it. So then if you fold this, lay it flat like that, and then just close this up across it. Don't pull it super tight, because you want to be able to get, it's a little bit fiddly getting it on the box for the first time, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to make sure my join is down the bottom somewhere and to the back. So I'm going to have it that way, and that's my box to go in. So just give it a bit of a wiggle to start with. Once you get it in once, it's not too bad. I should have wrapped it around as well, because I might have gone a bit too tight. We'll get it in, but almost there. The next one I'll show you, I'll wrap it around and show you the better way. It's just a little bit of wiggling to start with. The paper will stretch, so eventually it goes right. So that's our little box. And then we've got the greeting, which I'll just put together with I'll use a bit of snail, because sometimes Tombow on this gold paper doesn't stick too well. So we'll just put that on there. Try and get it reasonably straight. And then I've put that up on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of detail. Just a row across the middle. And I've still got that at the back, and so we'll make this the front and put that in the center. And then I just put my little bow on with a glue dot. It's nice and strong with the glue dot. Just needs one at the back. You can put embellishments in the middle of your bow. I thought it was pretty enough without any embellishments. And that's that. How quick was that? So then you can pull it from this end. For a while, just work it backwards and forwards until it works itself. Don't pull it right out. You might have trouble getting it back in after a while. But that's that one. Now I'm going to quickly do the second one, just to show you again. I thought I'd do two because that video is not very long. So if you don't want to watch it all again, you can finish it there. I've still got a little spiel at the end, but I'm sure some of you have seen it before. So we're going to go back to this, and we're going to score it 1 and 2.5. 1 inch. We'll see if we can get this one done quickly. I won't do as much talking. We'll just concentrate on doing the box. 1 and 2.5 on all 4 sides. That's your start. I will be putting the PDF up in my tips and tutorial. It's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. If you'd like to join there, just go on in and invite yourself in, and I will approve it. All my PDFs for my YouTube videos are in there, along with the link to the videos as well. So if you happen to not be able to find the link after you've watched it, or you haven't saved it, then just go back in to my tips and tutorials page and you'll find them all in there. I do have a Facebook page as well. It's got lots of, well, lately I've had lots of activities. Last week I did, well, when you're watching this, it'll be the week before, I went to a nursing home, and I created one little card that everything was prepped. All they had to do was stick it together. I purchased some little tiny bottles of glue. Well, they were empty bottles that you cut the tip off, and then you can fill them with glue. I buy a generic brand glue in a 1 kilo bottle, and I filled up these little bottles. They're tiny little 100 ml bottles, because I did a class at the same nursing home a few years ago, and the ladies struggled. I bought them all some cheapy generic brand snail from the cheapy shop, because I thought it's too expensive to buy all of Stampin' Up ones. Plus, they struggle with any sort of snail, so I was glad I didn't buy all Stampin' Up ones. And so this time I thought I'll use the glue. It was so much better, because they could squeeze the little bottles. They didn't. Some of them struggled with that, but they weren't too bad. But yeah, they squeezed the little bottle and put not one of them over squeezed the glue and got glue everywhere. They were all really good. Had one little dementia lady, but she was fine. We helped her along. I had a couple of helpers there, and it was such a fun day, and they loved it. We were going to do 2 cards, but it took a bit long with the first one, so I'm going back at the beginning of December to do another one for them. I had prepped 2. There was 16 ladies the other day, and I'd prepped 20 cards, so I had a couple left over, which wasn't too bad. I sold them on my stall on Friday night once I assembled them all, and they all want me to come back, so I'm going back to do the second one another day closer to Christmas. That's all of that side done. I'm talking away, and I'm just hoping I don't make a mistake while I'm talking. But yeah, going back to my Cards by Laura page, there's some photos, lovely photos in there of the ladies at the nursing home that did the card, and they're showing the card that they made. Quite proud of it. A couple of them thought that they had to get, they called me over and said, here's the card, like they wanted to give it back to me. I said, no, it's yours to keep. I said, you send it to one of your family for Christmas. Oh, so the sister there, she went and got some pens and wrote a nice little message on a piece of paper so that they could copy, and wrote to so-and-so, Merry Christmas, from whoever, and it was really nice. So they were supplied with the envelope, so they can either post it or give it to a family friend or whoever, which was really nice. I love doing stuff like that. We didn't start till about 10. It took about probably an hour and a half altogether for the one card, and it was a simple card, but you have to allow for them. Not all of them. A lot of them said, no, I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do that sort of stuff, but we conned them in. We talked them into it. I'll show you, I said. It's not hard. And once they got into it, they just couldn't believe how easy it was. So I hope someone looks after me like that when I get old, or older, I should say. Now we shall put on our tear and tape. Hope I'm not taking too long. If you've had enough, you can switch off. No, we don't want that one. We want this one. And my top. So the Cards by Laura page has got a lot of my card designs that I've made over the years. A nice spot to have a look at what's going on. I do have a private group that's just my team. I've got quite a few ladies, and the ladies that come to my workshops, that's a private group where I share any Stampin' Up news and things like that they need to know. Especially now we've started another Stampin' Up year. I had to remind a couple of them of their status, where they are in Stampin' Up. I've got 7 ladies in my team, but my group page, my private group page, has got all the ladies that come to my workshops as well in there, so they can catch up on the news every now and then. Some of them sign up again, they drop off. They have Stampin' Up have such good sign up deals every now and then, so I try and keep on top of that, so recruit a few new girls, even if it is only for a few months of the year. We'll flip it over while we're here. I'll remind me to just sing out, "Hey Laura, don't forget the punch hole." Or a couple of ladies will be getting them without. And we want these ones. Normally I'm sitting here by myself crafting and I don't chatter away. My hubby plays golf. Rain, hail or shine, he goes to golf. Well, not thunderstorms or anything, but yeah, he loves his golf. And I love my crafting, so it works well. So that's all of those. Now we'll do this punch hole before we forget. Pick either end for your punch hole. Just fold one flap in. I'll just trim that a little bit off. Fold one flap in. And as you can see, if you hold it like that, that's how your box is going to go together. So you know your punch hole is going up here. And we'll just line that up in the middle. Like so. Up a little bit. Give it a bit of a punch hole. And punch. Now we can stick it all together. And I'll show you the way you should have done the first one, so it's not so tight. When we get to the end of it, you can see how quick these are. If you I didn't burnish all of those, you can see they're picking up on the ends. That's what it does when you I've always got a habit of burnishing, and then I was busy talking and forgot. Yeah, if you cut all your bits first, I did 5 Christmas cards this morning. They were a shutterfold card, and I had to do 5. Well, I started them yesterday and I finished them today. They were for an order, and they took quite a while to do because they're not a small job. There's about 20 cut out pieces that go on them. But I got them finished, but I prepped everything yesterday. So cut all your bits, all your decorations, everything, cut that first, and then go. Doing one at a time is so much slower, I find. Plus, if you're cutting, you've got the measurements in your head of what you need to cut, so you're continually cutting the same size piece of cardstock. So that's those. Then we shall flap those back a bit. Don't think I burnished them. Take these off. Doesn't matter what order you do these in. I'll flap the 2 sides in first. And then the ends. And then we just have to score the piece of DSP and wrap it around. Tuck that one in and that one in. Go around and do those. That's the base done. And then we've got this, which we will score at 1/2 inch. I'll show you what I meant before. So normally you put your paper up so you've got the long edge butted up against that. It gives you a better straight line. And if you go to 1/2 inch first, which you normally would the other way, then flip it around and go to the rest of your measurements. So you're doing 1/2 inch, then 2 inches. That way you get them all nice and straight. 3 9/16. Just be careful which that you're scoring in the right spot, and 5 1/16. And that is that. Almost done. One. Fold and burnish those. Put a piece of tear and tape on the right side that you want showing. Almost out of my tear and still a bit there. Put this not right close to the edge along here, because if you don't want it done up too tight, then you're not going to have that sticky edge showing along there. So maybe just put it in the middle. It'll still hold it nicely. Then put this in, put it in, doesn't matter which way you put it in because you can turn it around later. Put it in, take the backing off this. This is what I should have done the first time, so that it's not as tight. So balance that in there, bring this over. And if I had to put the tear and tape right to the edge and this edge here doesn't come right out, then you've got a sticky edge all the way along here. So keep your tear and tape back a little bit. But when you put this down, just make sure it's straight on the ends, but don't pull it right across too tight. Just like that. You have a little gap there, but that's good, because then it's, it's not going to be too tight. And look at that, much better. The other one I'll just need to work it a little bit. So that's that. Now we've got the join at the bottom. That's that end. Doesn't matter which end you put your opening tab. And then we shall just put our bit of decoration on. You could put ribbon on the top of this if you want to. My snail. Just a little bit on there. Such a quick way of doing it. Just a simple little gift for Christmas. A few dimensionals. Pop that in the middle. Sits up nicely. And the little bow on with a glue dot. For my workshop, I'm going to cut and stamp everything for the ladies, so normally they get up and down and do their own cutting, but this next one, everything's prepped for them and they can just sit down and relax. So that's my little bow on that one. It's not sitting as straight as it should. Actually, we might pop it over this side, something different. That's better. And that's it. We have four little boxes done already. I hope you like that. I'll just show you the header pages for my couple of groups. My craft room tips and tutorials is this one here. That's how you'll find it. And hop in there and just ask to join, and I can join you up in that one. You can keep looking through there. And then my cards by Laura is that's my header page for that, and anyone can go in there and have a look. And that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed that quick video. Well, it wasn't as quick, and because I decided to do two. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you all again next week. Bye for now.